Hey guys, Anime and More here. Today I'm going to be reviewing Pokemon cards. I thought I'd take a slightly different approach to most YouTubers that have reviewed complete Pokemon card sets and actually review the English and the Japanese card sets in one video. So today I'm going to be reviewing the base set, which is actually one of the first card sets that was ever released. So I've got the base set here in English, and I've also got the analogous base set in Japanese. Now both sets comprise of 102 cards in total. The card set that you see in front of me here right now, English, is not first edition. It's actually unlimited, so it's the non-shadowless, non-first edition card set. In comparison, the Japanese cards never had first editions, so you wouldn't expect to see a first edition mark on the card. However, there was actually a first edition or a pseudo first edition, and this was actually a set that was released prior to the set you see in front of you right now. And the only difference between this set that you see and the set that I'm describing is that the initial set never had any rarity markings like stars, so rare, uncommon, common on the cards, and these cards are actually much sought after. They're much rarer than the cards that you see in front of you right now. Yeah, and I'd love to get hands on them if I can one day. I should add that I do have the complete shadowless non-first edition set, which I will show in a separate video. Now this artwork is some of the most beautiful artwork I think I've seen as far as complete sets go. Just the artwork and the detail put behind the cards, and just the fact that it seems more hand-drawn, more like art rather than a computer-generated image that we often see with more of the modern Pokemon cards. So yeah, I like both the English and the Japanese sets. If I had to be pushed to pick one, I'd probably choose the Japanese, if I'm being completely honest. And there's two reasons I'd probably go for the Japanese over the English. Firstly, I felt that the card quality in the Japanese was just slightly superior, a slightly thicker, better quality product. Another thing which you might not see on this camera is that the Japanese cards, particularly the holographic cards, if you look at the holographic cards side by side, so Japanese, English, what you see is that the Japanese holographic Blastoise here is just slightly more glittery, it's more shiny, and it feels like it's had a bit more TNC after it in terms of the making of the card. It just seems to show a better quality holograph, and you can also see that the tonality of Blastoise is better compared to the English one. So yeah, leave a comment below and let me know which of the two sets you prefer. So if we get started with the cards, and I'll just give a quick run through all the cards that are in this 102 card set. So the first card group I'm showing is the holographic cards. So Alakazam, Blastoise, Chansey, Charizard, Clefairy, Gyarados, Hitmonchan, Machamp. You can see that the Machamp has a first edition symbol next to it, and actually the funny thing about this Machamp is that it was actually mass printed as a first edition card, so all the unlimited Machamp cards you'll probably see are going to be entirely first edition. Magneton, Mewtwo. This Mewtwo was actually my first ever shiny card I had, so it has a slightly special place in my heart, or my Pokemon folder. Nidoking, Ninetales, Poliwrath, Raichu, Venusaur, and Zapdos. The Zapdos is the last of the holofoils in this set. The next card, Beedrill, is the start of the non-holographic cards. So Beedrill, Dragonair, Dugtrio, Electabuzz, Electrode, Pidgeotto, Arcanine, Charmeleon, Dugong, Dratini, Farfetch'd, Growlithe, Haunter, Ivysaur, Jinx, Kadabra, Kakuna, Machoke, Magikarp, Magmar, Nidorino, Poliwhirl, Porygon, Raticate, Seal, Wartortle, Abra, and Bulbasaur. Now, just looking at these cards, I can reiterate that, you know, the artwork is just fantastic. If you look at the Bulbasaur, you can see it's been hand drawn, and even looking at Poliwhirl, to see that, you know, someone would have sat down and actually physically drawn these cards out. So yeah, I really love the artwork in this set. Next we have Caterpie, Charmander, Diglett, Doduo, Drowsy, Ghastly, Koffing, and Machop. Magnemite, Metapod, Nidoran, Onix, Pidgey, Pikachu, and this is actually Pikachu when Pikachu used to be fat. Poliwag, Ponyta, Rattata, Sandshrew, Squirtle, and you can see Squirtle slightly excited, foaming at the mouth. Starmie, Staryu, Tangela or Tangled Up, Voltorb, Vulpix, and Weedle. So Weedle's the last Pokemon in this set. All the remaining cards are either trainer or energy cards. So the first card we have is Clefairy, Computer Search, De-Evolution Spray, Imposter Professor Oak, Item Finder, Lass, and Pokemon Breeder. We have Pokemon Trader, Scoop Up, Super Energy Removal, and Defender. Energy Retrieval, Full Heal, Maintenance, Plus Power. Pokemon Center, Pokemon Flute, Pokedex, and Professor Oak. Revive, Super Potion, Bill, Energy Removal, Gust of Wind, Potion, and Switch. The energy cards are Double Colors Energy, Rock, Fire, Grass, Electric, Psychic, and the last card, 100 number 2, is Water. So that is all of the 102 cards that we have in the English set. Now to move on to the analogous Japanese cards. So in the Japanese card set, I've arranged most of the cards in the same order as the ones that we saw in the English set. So the first card we see is Alakazam, Blastoise, Chansey, Charizard, Clefairy, Gyarados, Hitmonchan, Machamp, and Magneton. You can just see from this footage that the holofoils are so much more glittery compared to the English cards. It just look really nice in comparison. We have Mewtwo, Nidoking, Ninetales, Poliwhirl, Raichu, Venusaur, and Zapdos. That again is the last holofoil. You can see the art so far that we've seen for the holographic Pokemon cards are identical. Next we have Beedrill, so the start of the non-holographic cards. Beedrill, Dragonair, Dugtrio, Electabuzz, Electrode, Pidgeotto, Arcanine, Charmeleon, Dugong, Dratini, Farfetch'd, Growlithe, Haunter, Ivysaur, Jinx, Kadabra, Kakuna, Machoke, Magikarp, Magmar, Nidorino, Poliwhirl, Raticate, Seal, Wartortle, Abra, Bulbasaur, Caterpie, Charmander, Diglett, Doduo, Drowsy, Ghastly, Koffing, Machop, Magnemite, Metapod, Nidoran, Onix, Pidgey, Pikachu, Poliwag, Porygon, Ponyta, Rattata, Sandshrew, Squirtle. We have Starmie, Staryu, Tangela, Voltorb, Vulpix, and Weedle as the last Pokemon. Clefairy, Computer Search, De-Evolution Spray, Imposter Professor Oak, Item Finder, LAS, Pokemon Breeder, Pokemon Trader, Scoop Up, Super Energy Removal, Defender, and Energy Retrieval. We have Full Heal, Maintenance, Plus Power, Pokemon Center, Pokemon Flute, Pokedex, Professor Oak, Revive, Super Potion, Bill, Energy Removal, Gust of Wind, Potion, and Switch. The energy cards are the same as before, so double colourless, Rock, Fire, Grass, Electric, Psychic, and Water. So again, we've completed this set of 102 Japanese Pokemon cards for the base set. Some things I should point out that are different between the two card sets. On the left I've got the English, and on the right I've got the Japanese card. So both cards are the Electric Energy card. So the English one has the standard Pokemon with the Pokeball on the back, whereas the graphic on the back of the Japanese card is slightly different. Actually, it's not Pokemon, it's Pocket Monsters. Pokeball again, and similarly you'll probably also be able to see the copyright by Nintendo and Game Freak on the back, whereas in the English cards it's generally shown on the front. The same with the numbering systems, they're slightly different. So in the English cards, they generally number by the size of the set. So this is a 102 card set, and this is card number 100 out of 102. Whereas in the Japanese cards, the energy and trainer cards actually are not numbered. It's only the Pokemon cards themselves which are numbered. And again, the number isn't actually based on the number in the set is, but rather the number the Pokemon actually is out of 150 in the case of the base set. Another thing that's interesting to point out is that all the English cards generally show the illustrator of the card on the front, regardless of it being a Pokemon card, energy card, or a trainer card, whereas in the Japanese sets, the illustrator is actually only shown on the Pokemon cards and the trainer cards, but not on the energy card sets. Another interesting thing to point out about these cards is the overall layout of the card is slightly different as well. So if you can see the Charizard cards either side, you can see that obviously this is down to the language in which they're written. The Japanese cards are in Japanese and the English ones are in English, but you can see that the colouring of the HP is different, so red in the English cards, whereas it's black in the Japanese ones. Again, the locationing of some of the stages, so for example stage 2 is Charmeleon in this case, it's slightly lower down than it is in the Japanese card. Again, just some more layout differences as well in the cards. Otherwise the cards are fairly similar in the final product. Another thing I should also point out is to do with the weight. So we have 200 pounds here, and 5'7" inches for the height of Charizard in the English card, whereas in the Japanese cards it's not in feet, it's in meters, and the weight's in kilos rather than pounds. I managed to get hold of my complete Japanese set off eBay. I find that generally the Japanese sets sell for a lot cheaper than the English variants do. So if you keep a lookout on eBay and other such auction websites, it's often quite easy to get hold of cheap Japanese cards for those of you that are interested in buying Japanese Pokemon cards. If you've liked this video, please give it a thumbs up and also subscribe. I'd be very grateful for that. Please feel free to leave some comments down below as well. I'm going to be doing some more reviews of complete Pokemon card sets in the future as well. I've got complete card sets all the way from base to Near Destiny in both English and Japanese, just to give you a rough feel for how many cards I have. These are just some of the Japanese cards I have. So yeah, please keep watching and I'll keep uploading. Thank you.